Hey guys, Deccie here, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on how to crack into the workforce. Now, when it comes to nailing an interview, it's all about practice. Practice, practice, practice. Seriously, practice. It helps so much, you wouldn't believe. Now, that means both outside of an interview setting, maybe talking to family members, people who have done interviews in the past, and getting them to do a bit of a mock interview with you. But it also means going to every interview that you're offered. It doesn't matter whether you want the job or not, you are gonna run into jobs that you don't want. When you walk in and you go into an interview, regardless of whether you want the job or not, the worst thing that you can walk out is exactly what you walked in with. It doesn't make a difference, but almost every interview that you go to, you will walk out with ideas, thoughts, or experience in terms of interviewing specifically that you can then take to the next interview for a job that you really want and kill it. All right, now you've probably got nerves. Don't worry, that's normal, and I'd actually argue it's a good thing. Here's why nerves are a good thing. When you really want something, when you care about something, of course you're nervous about it. I always say to candidates that when you walk into an interview, if you've got nerves, that's a good thing. That means there's something on the line that you actually want. Is the candidates who walk in and think that they've got everything under their belt and they deserve the job, they're the ones that I worry about, and they're the ones that almost never get the job. Now, almost every person going into interview is gonna have nerves of some level. If you are experiencing a fair amount of nerves, get the elephant out of the room once you talk to the hiring managers. Say, hey, look, I am feeling a little bit nervous, so if I take a little bit of time to answer a question, or if I need to think for a little while, or I get lost in my thoughts, please bear with me. That'll do two things. Not only will it get that anxiety about your nerves outside your head so you can focus, but it also opens up the table for them to know that they can say, oh no, it's okay. If you are feeling a little bit nervous, take your time, and that'll make such a difference. Now, when you're going to a job interview, first impressions are everything. And that's everything from how you act, how you talk, your body language, but it's also the way that you dress. It's really important to be making the right first impression. No one likes to be judged, but this is the first time they're meeting with you and they can only go off what they see. So make sure you're clean and presentable, brush your teeth. Seriously, brush your teeth. And all of those things that help make up the impression that you make on the hiring manager. If you're not sure, ask them. Ask them what the dress code is. Take away all doubt. If you can't find out, go to overdress rather than underdress. No one gets angry at someone for showing up in a suit and tie when they should have been wearing trackies, but the other way around, that's where I see it go wrong. Now, it's pretty easy to feel like when you're sat in a room with hiring managers that they've got something that you want. They're withholding it from you and you want them to give it to you, and that can cause nerves in and of itself. But remember, companies aren't built on nothing. They need you just as much as you need them, and that will always be the case no matter what role you go and interview for. Look, now, this might sound dumb, but if you want to put yourself above the competition, research the company. Yes, I know, it sounds obvious, and that's exactly the problem. It sounds obvious. You wouldn't believe how many candidates I've sent to interview with all the resources necessary in the interview confirmation, the job description, about the company, preparation resources, the whole lot, who didn't even bother. These are the people that hiring managers can't stand. They're fed everything. They've got all the information. They can even do a Google, and they chose to do nothing. Now, you don't have to know everything, but you'd be shocked how many candidates go into interview knowing nothing. Even when it's so easy just to Google a company, that's all hiring managers are asking for, that you've been through their website, you understand what it is they do, who their customers are, what their values and their proposition are. If you can go in, this will probably only be discussed for the first 30 seconds of the interview, but if you don't have the knowledge to back it up, that could be where the interview ends.